Today we're going to be discussing which style of holster is going to be right for you based off your individual needs as a player, Kydex or nylon. And at the end of this video, we also do have a surprise package that I just got, so we're going to be taking a look at that. What's up, Airsofters? My name is Lane, and welcome to the BB Warrior. We're here to help you have a better time both on and off the airsofting field. And first I want to talk about nylon holsters, because while they have started to be replaced by Kydex, there are still some really distinct advantages of using a nylon holster. So here I have our nylon holster. As you can see, it is just a black nylon holster. These are made by a variety of companies, and these were really popular during the 20th century and the early 21st century. However, they're starting to become a little bit outdated. So one of the largest advantages of a nylon holster is that because these aren't made to fit a specific handgun, you can fit a different variety of handguns in here. So I have my WeTech G17, which is off-spec to a real Glock. Keep that in mind for the end of the video. I have a WeTech ICS M22. Again, that fits in there, no issues. And finally, I have my KJW P226. And again, all of these fit in there without an issue. Now, typically, these are going to lock with either a buckle, like this one does. As you can see, there's a little buckle right here. Some of them have Velcro retention, so instead of this being a buckle, this will be a, like imagine like a piece of MOLLE webbing, however a little bit thicker, so it has some more rigidness to it. And it's going to come over and hook into some Velcro that's going to be sticking up like right where my pointer finger is, and then you just move the Velcro to draw out your pistol. So one of the biggest disadvantages of running a nylon holster is speed. So the reason I say that is, unlike a Kydex holster where you can either just rip it out or hit like a thumb switch, is that with this, you have to undo this buckle. It's a little bit hard to see because it's a black buckle on black nylon, but to undo this holster, you have to hit that and then draw your handgun, which in a high-speed situation, which is most of the times where you would like your handgun, that's going to be kind of challenging. And I know someone might say, well, Lane, can't you just not have it retentioned? And that does work. However, the issue is when you're running, as you can see, this is coming out. So I tried this back when I was first airsofting, and all of a sudden, woo, bye-bye pistol. I lost my pistol. That kind of made me put a bad taste in my mouth for nylon. However, there are some distinct advantages for those of you who run multiple types of airsoft pistol, like if that's your primary. So again, all three of those pistols fit in there. Just about every subcompact and full-size pistol is going to fit in here, and if you're looking for a compact pistol, they do make nylon holsters specifically designed for those. The other thing that I like about nylon is for those of you who really like to trick out your pistols, like high kappa users, typically they're not on spec with a 1911 when you go for a Kydex holster. So you can fit a really decked out high kappa right in here with no problem. And again, a lot of them do have a pistol magazine pouch at the top. However, that's something that you can get on Kydex holsters. However, I haven't seen a lot of companies using them. But this is really an overview of the nylon holster. Now, for placement on these, just like Kydex, they can be placed just about all the same spots. So you have your chest, you have your hip, which you can't see because I'm sitting down, you have a drop leg style, or you have, I've seen them, I'm not sure if I've seen them for nylon holsters, there's like a halfway. So they're like, instead of being right here, they're going to sit right about where your pocket is, so it's not too low like a drop leg, but at the same time it's not super high like a hip holster, because when a lot of people, when you go for hip holster, you have to bend your body when you draw. So that's why those halfway ones exist, like the Safariland UBL, however that is a Kydex holster. So now I want to talk about Kydex. So this is a G-code Kydex holster. I don't know the name of the holster that we just looked at. So the thing about Kydex, for those of you who run a lot of different handguns, is a Kydex holster is only built for that one pistol. So this is a Glock 17 G-code holster, and the issue that I ran into personally is WeTech Glocks are thicker than a real Glock by a couple of millimeters, excuse me. So what I had to do on this holster, or actually the previous owner had to do, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but there's this little white gasket O-ring thing in here. He had to extend the size of this by opening this up, which is why that's in there, to accommodate for the larger frame of a WeTech pistol. It's not that it's longer, it's just that it's a little bit wider, just to accommodate all the internals and things like that. So some advantages about Kydex, they're pretty strong. One of the nice things about Kydex is that they typically cut them above the magazine release, which is nice because if you have a gun with a really big outward magazine release like a P226 or a 1911, if you're running a nylon holster, when you're running there's a chance that the nylon could flex, hit that magazine release, and then depending on what gun you have, you just lost your magazine or upwards of your $60 magazine if you have KWA pistol. So that's something that I like about Kydex. That's something that you never have to worry about is your magazine being released while you're in the holster. Another thing about Kydex is that they're typically easier to draw. So this one here, how it is set up is that you have to depress this for the hood to go forward. And when the hood goes forward, you can draw out your handgun. That was a really awkward draw because I'm drawing left-handed. So the speed on this is nice while still maintaining retention. I think that the retention on this is way better than any buckle will ever give you. So I'll show you it from the other side. So release, draw, ready to shoot. I found on some of them that what I have to do with my thumb is kind of ride it forward. So my thumb, let me show you, when I depress, sometimes I have to push it forward, but I don't mind when I draw because that kind of just puts my right hand thumb where I want it to be, and then it can kind of come down into the little groove on a Glock series pistol. They do make these in a variety of different retention systems. Some of them just don't have this hood at all because the screw that we added that thickness thing into, the gasket, is that these two screws here, again, they might be a little bit hard to see on camera, those adjust the tension of the holster, which is nice. So if you're not using a hooded Kydex holster, you can adjust the level of retention on this so you can just draw it out and have a really fast draw. Now, if you're some super high speed, I can draw my pistol in second speed soft guy, I would practice with your pistol because there have been instances of people being able to drop it, especially on some of the better spring-loaded models like a Safariland or a T-Rex. They've actually been able to draw their pistol before this gets springed out of the way. And what happens is they go to draw and they hit it. It's a little bit hard to see because this is actually locked in here. However, they end up hitting this and completely destroying their draw. So if you are a magician at drawing holsters, that is just something to keep out for. Try to get one with a really good spring model. And something I want to talk about is kind of the black sheep of Kydex, Blackhawk Serpa holsters. So how a Blackhawk Serpa holster works, or at least the ones that they're most famous for, is that they lock on either the trigger well or the trigger itself. I believe it's the trigger well because the trigger just sounds really stupid. But so there's a little push button right here, and when you push that, that releases your handgun. So it's like you're hitting this piece up here. So when you hit that, you draw out your handgun, and as you can see where my finger goes, it goes right on to the trigger, which is not what you want when your handgun is facing towards you. And there are some pretty famous videos of people shooting themselves in holsters made by Blackhawk. Now Blackhawk does have an interesting Kydex holster, the Blackhawk Omnivore holster, and that's a little bit different in Kydex because what that pistol does, that hooks onto your lights like a Surefire light. So that holster is pretty big. However, it'll attach to just about any full to mid-sized handgun as long as you have that flashlight on there. And while I don't own one personally, my buddy Eric over at Gun Gamers does, and he did a review of it. You can check that out by clicking the link in the description below. So guys, that was just some of the advantages and disadvantages of Kydex and nylon holsters. Now why don't we get into that special package? So today's package actually comes from the Airsoft Armory. They have some new products that just came out, and today we're going to take a look at them. So first things first, our first t-shirt that we got for today is the Call Your Hits t-shirt. Why don't we throw that on right now? So this is actually one of the first shirt from their newer models. We started switching over to a new manufacturer, and it's a little bit hard to see on camera here, but it says Call Your Hits over and over. I'll actually just throw a stock image up on screen so you guys can see it a little bit better. And then the next shirt that we've got for today is see if I can get that for you. The red, white, and pew shirt. The tag's in the way right now. But I really do like these shirts, and if you guys want to get one of your own, I'll have a link down in the description below. And every shirt that sells actually directly helps me out. So by buying a shirt, you're going to help improve the quality here on the channel. We can do more inside content away from roads and things like that. So weather doesn't stop me from doing videos, snow doesn't stop me, but that's weather. So if you guys would like either of these shirts or any of the shirts in their collection, I will leave a link in the description below, as well as the link to Eric's video about the Blackhawk Omnivore holster. If you liked our discussion today on Kydex versus Nylon holsters, what you can do is subscribe. Subscribing helps us out substantially, and while you're down there, make sure to hit that bell icon for updates when we post new videos here on the channel. If you haven't already, make sure to follow us on social media. Links will be down in the description below, right below that subscribe button, and the links to the shirts from the Airsoft Armory. This has been Lane from the BB Warrior, talking about the advantages of Kydex or nylon holsters and the kind of shortcomings that each system has, and helping you choose which one will be right for you. And I will see you all next time.